In season 4 of the HBO series Succession, the Roy family experience an earth-shattering turn of events that change all of their relationships. In this video, we'll explore how the third episode of season 4 writes the impact and immediate fallout of shocking grief. Per usual, there will be spoilers to the story of Succession, leading up to episode 3 in season 4, so I recommend checking it out before proceeding further. As a general story overview, the series Succession has followed the complicated personal and professional relationships between patriarch CEO Logan Roy and his 3 adult children, Kendall, Shiv, and Roman. Their family owns the Waystar media conglomerate Global Empire, and the personal and financial stakes are high as each family member maneuvers in ongoing power struggles that bear weight on frayed familial ties. Leading up to the 4th season, the 3 Roy children have banded together to take down their belligerent father in a corporate game of chess, and it's all-out war between them. For the specific episode in season 4, the big shocker is that the patriarch Logan dies when he collapses on his private plane. Meanwhile, Kendall, Shiv, and Roman are attending the wedding of their stepbrother Connor on a private yacht. When Logan collapses, his entourage calls Kendall and Roman to deliver the news. Shiv is pulled into the fray, and the 3 of them slowly unwind into grief, doubt, and utter shock as they realize their father is gone. According to published behind-the-scenes featurettes from HBO, the cast of Succession described that a portion of the script was 28 pages long. When watching the episode, there are long takes and a feeling of real-time immediacy as Kendall, Shiv, and Roman helplessly try to figure out what's happening on Logan's plane while also trying to grasp at straws to send medical help. Part of the effectiveness of the writing is the setup of this episode. Most audiences probably did not expect Logan to die early in season 4, as he has been a central part of the whole series. His very presence looms large over the psyche of his adult children. With the intensity going into the beginning of season 4, we as the audience are almost set up to anticipate a climactic showdown between Logan and his kids by the end of the series, but we don't get that showdown. Instead, we are shocked by the sudden news of Logan's passing, just like his children. Also, by staging Kendall, Shiv, and Roman at Connor's wedding, they're put in a position where they can't physically do anything to help their father. These are highly successful and influential adults who wield significant power in their corporate circles, but now they are unable to be there by their father's side or to do anything to help him. We see Shiv's ex-husband Tom holding a phone, kneeling by Logan's side, acting as a conduit between Logan and his kids. The performances of the cast help to sell the sense of shock and grief that Kendall, Shiv, and Roman are going through. We can see the helplessness and fear on their faces. We can see how they each have different reactions and ways of processing the shock. Roman feels guilty for leaving a mean-spirited message on Logan's phone before hearing the shocking news. Kendall struggles to say that he forgives his dad and eventually blurts out that he can't forgive Logan. And Shiv, who is pulled into the news later than her brothers, speaks to Logan affectionately out of her pain, calling him daddy, as if she was a little girl again talking to her father. The writing is effective in stretching out time for us to see Kendall, Shiv, and Roman wrestle with this new reality. There are no quick fix solutions. They can't hop on a plane or a helicopter and jet set immediately to their father's side. There's so much unspoken baggage for the Roy children, each with their own regrets and personal feelings toward their difficult father. In many ways, each of their own individual identities have been formed by Logan's presence. Part of their immediate shock could be tied to the disruption that happens when a central force in their lives is suddenly removed. When the center of your universe is gone, what do? Who are you in the absence of this force? As they work through the situation, we see Kendall, Shiv, and Roman responding in different ways, even when contemplating how to proceed with handling the news of their father's death, as it will impact the market share value of the Waystar company. Kendall takes the lead, thinking strategically, laying down tactics, which could be his way of dealing with his grief in the immediate sense. Roman is more emotionally shut down, spinning out of control and beating himself up for having said terrible things to Logan in a phone message. After all, Roman has an increasingly complicated relationship with his father. Roman sides with his siblings to take down Logan, but at the same time, he has private conversations with his father that represent a secret alliance. And finally, Shiv is wrestling with her desire to control things with her impenetrable exterior, while being faced with a situation she can't control. Shiv has the unspoken task of often being seen as the responsible one among the siblings, but this is an unforeseen scenario for her. So, overall, this episode of Succession lets us see the cast work through several stages of dealing with grief, where so many personal and financial elements are at stake. It is a family tragedy playing out along with threads of corporate power plays waiting in the wings. These Shakespearean elements elevate the drama, putting Kendall, Shiv, and Roman on a global stage as they struggle as real people in a very human situation.